I'm actually Facebooking back and forth here. This is fun. It's just sad, that Facebook, people like their privacy or whatever. It don't do that for you. Messenger, I guess, is separate, but it'll let you know everybody on the line. Depends on the person, if it matters or don't. You're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. You're going to say what you want to do anyway, okay? If somebody's coming toward you and about you, don't worry about it. I said it the other day, the court will wonder why they were there, okay? You have nothing to defend. You don't have to argue. You don't have to show any receipts of stuff if you ain't done nothing wrong, okay? If you're not afraid of it, that you know you haven't done anything wrong. Don't forget that kind of stuff. Don't forget it. I mean, what's the person behind here going to do against me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They will never understand me. I let people see what they want to see and let them hear exactly what they need to hear. Otherwise, they have no knowledge. They shall be up in your garbage. And as long as, if there's parties out there on that slanderous case or any kind of case, I assure you, you can do whatever you feel necessary that'll work in your favor. But when you can actually approach it, that's where the line comes in. Okay, I don't live where some of these people live. And so they can say, well, this is going on over here. Well, that's fine. But I'm down here. And if the weird genre of the people, that is totally obsessed with my life, that's provable. Then you can walk right up to the people they're condemning and say, do you see this? I'd like to talk to you because I'm not afraid of that at all. Nah. Anybody now, these weird court cases against you, weird thoughts of things they can do in their own real life, because there's real lifers out there. When they call me a real lifer, they are too. They'll eventually do it. Sure. Just don't get caught off guard. Prepare for the worst, and you'll never be disappointed. You won't be shocked. If something comes your way, phone calls, anything, it doesn't matter what it is. If you pick the state of Washington and Nebraska, two of those vloggers are up there vlogging from Nebraska and Washington. And I'm over here saying, you know what I can do in Washington? Yeah, sure you can. Well, you know what I can do over there in Nebraska? I'm in Mississippi. I can't do squat. They can, however. If somebody's been all hurt and broken in Nebraska and Washington and they're freaking out, they have a right to take their information to their people, to whom they need, to be right in front of them and not hiding behind a camera. Okay? Grow up. There'll be no way around this. Anybody can talk to anybody, but you'll have your facts. You'll have what you have. And you'll be like, okay, I need you to figure out how this individual and why they are in your life hiding behind a camera and only about your life. That, my dear friends and foes and haters and trolls, is not suspicious. It's actually attentive. What are they doing there? Why do they care? You're choosing to cause more problems to yourself by staying up in somebody else's life. And you run the risk of being investigated yourself. There ain't just one side to a story, folks. Whatever it might be on these social media sites. There's two sides to it. At least two. You against them or they against you. And if they like to get involved and lie, all you got to do is go to these places that they may be barking about in person and say, I'm here due to this. And you're right there with them. And they get to tell you, if I was you, I'd ignore these Facebook Lives. Like when the officers come out here that time. Is it Facebook Live? They really knew about Facebook Live, but not YouTube. They weren't up to Godspeed. An ambulance came down here on a SWAT call. It was up in the sky, a real one. And the officers come over here and I was sunbathing facing that direction. And it turned out to be so strange that the ambulance lady, that will be on file and documented, of course. There would be no way to hide from it. Okay? And then they would speak. The AMR lady had to tell the officers what people are doing on YouTube up in everybody else's life rather than their own. That will occur. If you get investigated, if you're trying to investigate somebody, you're going to reveal who you are. You can't have it. Two sides to the coin. You can't have somebody on a hearsay across a computer. Hey, well, today I done this and they done this and that's totally inadmissible in court. Yes, it is. It's hearsay. I don't care what you record. Anybody can do that. I know how to do that in a sound system bar. A theory. If you're a musician, you know you can do it. You manipulate the instruments. There's no flautist. There's no drums. You want that in the song you're writing. All you got to do is tweak it and make it sound exactly what you want it to say and how you want to hear it heard. This is true for human behavior. Very true. Oh, they done this to me. Well, how do you know? And why were you there? Then you'll have to be investigated yourself. Your name, your address, what were you doing there? Yeah, you will. I've always said that. It's not going to change. That's true for us all in America. I'm an American. State by state, years ago, when you're on the phone, you'd be mad at somebody, calling them up, complaining. The world today has no communication skills face to face. They want to do it on here. Hello, that crazy crap. If a person that you dislike might be in Ohio, and you're going back and forth, 5-6 years, instead of Ohio or Mississippi. We don't have enough tax pay for officers and judges to say, you could have always turned the camera off. if you didn't want to turn your camera off, you never had to respond. The guilt, they'll have to prove themselves, not the other way around. No, I don't care if you had evidence of something for 10 years. Okay? If somebody has evidence on you for 10 years, 10 years they're going to investigate why in the world you stayed. Why are you there? Who are you? You're going to dox yourself when you're doing this stress. You're going to give up the ghost because your anger is so much inside you. It is. These kind of people that do these stupid clip things, okay, that's the silliest kindergarten garbage I've ever seen. It is. Where is their life? Don't worry about it. They're going to keep pushing it, pushing it, and pushing it, and pushing it in their unrepentant, wicked heart. And eventually, they're going to have to stand to be accountable for why was you even there? Did you change a law in your state? Did you change Congress and the mayor and the governor of Mississippi by frivolous stupidity while you're on YouTube watching somebody? We don't have to. You don't have to watch nothing. Is it traceable? Sure it is. I'm open. I don't hide anything. If you want to know something, I'm an open book. The world can't do it. No, it's, I'll do it this way. I'll do it this way. All it does is come around like a dude's karmatic wheel. It'll land right back on them for proof of them. And they'll say, wait a minute. What are you doing over there? Well, I'm trying to catch a woman in Raymond with her lies. Oh, she lied and you know about it? Yes. I've got at least 10 blogs. They're going to wonder where your psychiatric issue is. They will. You can't just do things like people are trying to do on YouTube and make it matter in a courthouse. It better be so sufficient that you can stand toe-to-toe with the enemy that's going against you. Yes. Because lawyer up, man. That's their job. That's what they're going to do, is cipher through people whom are watching you. Okay? If I don't want to watch nobody, I'm not putting my address over there. It'll never be found over there. That's why I do it live. I just don't sit there and want to wake up and look at notifications like a stupid person. I don't need to do that. If I can't say it here, I'm not going to say it. But those who are against you, they haven't said nothing on theirs, just only you. That's not law. That's not law. That's somebody habitually attached to you, ticked off because they can't call you. They don't know how to video. They can't stand toe-to-toe with you. They don't know how to call you. They just are angry all the time concerning you. Yeah, and when bad things happen, or somebody calls here, somebody ships this there, all it does is open up your life that you tried to hide all that time. Watch it. It'll occur now. It will occur because they're just mad. They can't stand you. You got something they'll never have. It's not money. They're just ticked. And that's who the person is. And they'll weed through these channels that we've unblocked, right? And say, what are you doing here? What? What is it that you're doing for the state of Mississippi? Yeah, these frivolous, funky clip channels. Well, I'm doing what? Watching Tammy. Why? Well, I want YouTube to know this and to fame that. Hey, y'all, drop your money links. You'll have to show all that too, fools. You'll be hanging around the ones that you're trying to do solo. You need to try to do your cases solo without somebody with a biased opinion. If they're your friend, that ain't going to go. No, they'll be like, isn't it true that you viewed this in a harassment manner? Yes. Isn't it true that you cyberbullied this person? Yes. Isn't it true that you attacked the entire family over there? Yes. Why? Why? Oh, it'd get wrong in court. People would be really having charges they wouldn't want upon them. They're just so mad. They're ticked off because they can't destroy you. They're mad because you don't get to do what they want you to do. They just desire a lot of attention. Okay? They do. When you give it to them, you give it to the fire. They think they have more additional power over your life when they're watching your life. All it does is resurrect their present, past, and predict the future as well. That's law, not YouTube. I don't like you. Man, it's raw. It's hard. Yeah, it is. I talk about religion, the Bible, music, TV, but you get to hear it. And when those people made fun of it, they entered into the zone of criminal behavior as well. If that's what they think they're doing. Oh, well, I have a one-sided case. You're only going to wonder why your entire computer system is zoned in on the one you're knocking down. You have the ability to leave instantly and save yourself from future heartache of trying to be some big, bad, bold person hiding behind a camera. And say, well, we have her, we have this evidence, but who's the one going after them? Well, that's the one we're going to investigate. And they'll bring the teams in law. They'll have to. And say, well, this girl said this, she said this, she said this, she done that, she done this, but she showed it. I know I'm a dummy. I'm an habitual dummy. Oh, okay, but that's true. So don't worry about it. It's smoke and mirrors. Nobody, oh, dear God Almighty, it's true. No one has to watch you. None. What are they doing there? Okay? Oh, I'm catching your life or someone else's. That's okay. Catch my life, because guess what? They'll look at you and say, ha, you want these charges to stick? We're going to have your life that you've been trying to hide. There is no sly fox when it comes to this type of law. in YouTube. We're not talking about striking a channel here. We're not talking about saying, well, maybe blur this section out, you'll get a strike for music. No, man, I'm talking about law. There's no judges going to be in there just sitting all day. Well, how much did Tammy say something? Did she hide it? Do we know where she is? You bet. Has she ever vlogged her medicine? Yep. Did she ever video problematic situations concerning alcohol? Yep. Has she ever vlogged about being on fentanyl and Norco? You bet. Has she ever talked about money on the internet? You bet. But those people trying to do this against you have not. Do something about her. Do it. Do it. It'll lead back to you and your friends. Because you don't just stay there. Those weirdo clip channels, they don't stay there. They carry themselves into other damnation. And it opens up another law of that entire chat and that vlogger, or plural. Say, well, I can do this and I can do that. I live in Mississippi. Come on down. We'll go there together. Gosh, man. Don't need to get upset about it. Not at all.